School here for the 2025 HOKA Festival Miles right here on runnerspace.com on a picture-perfect night here in the Midwest. The Big River Running Missouri High School Girls Field, one of the fan favorites here, not only just for the state of Missouri, for, a lot of the St. Louis crowd as well. It's, seeing some of the best athletes that Missouri has to offer. As we're getting our introductions going here, our pacer in this race is going to be Reese Martin. She's going to go for every 400 meters, 73 seconds around the oval. This is Mary McKenzie of Jiu-Jitsu Academy, a lifetime best 5:09.53. Gabrielle Moresi of Parkway Central, 5:06.20, her lifetime best over the 1,600 meters. Elena Lindbergh of Owensville, Missouri. Then this is Bella Navarro Sanchez out of Liberty, Missouri. Bella Navarro Sanchez of Liberty. Madeline Cochran, 5:03, her personal best in the 1,600. Ella Rue and Kaylee Norris. Hunter, lifetime best 5:07.89.
It's a spectacular set of introductions that they do for these athletes. That's something you're going to remember the rest of your life. And just kind of going back to that presentation. That athlete in need presentation. I was very moved by that, Keenan. It's just so great what these guys do in the community here in St. Louis. It really, really moved me. It was a wonderful presentation.
So this is just Brooke Hedger, who was 5th last year in the Missouri Mile, and then our defending champion, I should say, Malia Eggers of Marquette. She won this race last year in 4:57.87, which is a lifetime best for her. Had a really solid Missouri State meet, finished 2nd in the 3,200 and 1,600 at the Missouri Class 5 meet. And then this is Ella Mesner, our top entry in the field. She ran a 1,600 in 4:57.78, 2nd in the 1,600 at the Missouri Class 5 state meet. Last year won the junior high invitational race, and well, unfortunately just did not see her time at the top of those record boards last very much longer, because it was Raymer taking it away from her.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of pace they decide to go out in on this. Obviously that last race with that 62 first 440 yards was a bit aggressive. I'm guessing that about a 72-73 first 440 yards is what the Pacers should be doing. They do say 73 seconds per 400 meters, so they're looking to run somewhere in the 4:54 range here. And that's Reese Martin in the pink that will be setting that pace.
15 athletes, and of course our pacer. But as I mentioned, one of the not funner, I should say, it's a bad word. One of the more fun events you have here at the HOKA Festival Miles is the home state favorite in the Missouri Mile.
Oh, I thought it was the Mascot 400, to be honest with you. In fact, we need to do a side bet on that.
Hey, that's coming up here in just a few moments, Tom, so be patient with us. We'll get there pretty soon.
Can't wait. What a great crowd here in St. Louis tonight on a beautiful early summer evening. Yeah, the air's a little heavy, but I still think we can produce some fast performances here. No wind, which is, runner's bane of existence, is that wind.
Well, and especially after yesterday, I saw one of my colleagues sent a video over to us, and there were tornado sirens going off the night before. So there was a little bit skeptical of whether or not that was going to be sticking around, but clearly not. As I said, it's a perfect night of running here in St. Louis.
Again, our top seeds for this.
Well, the Pacers having a little bit of difficulty. Reese Martin getting to the front, which means that this first lap could be a little bit faster than we had anticipated.
15 athletes with one pace setter
Reese Martin finally gets to the front now, and they're all settling in here now. And a little bit aggressive for that first 100 meters or so, looking at what they've come through. It's 200 meters, around 36 seconds. So, I mean, right around 72, 73 for 440. It might be about 70 seconds through the first 400 meters on this first lap.
Although it's bunched, and usually if it's bunched, that means that the pace is comfortable for people. And this field is bunched. So they may hit the mark. They may hit that 72, 73.
And for a lot of these girls, at least from a 1600 PR standpoint, they're hovering right around that 5-minute barrier. So going into this, they're probably in peak shape right now. Their goal is to go right under 5 minutes, and 73 seconds right at the first lap, as we're right on point here, as it's Brooke Hedger just right behind. Actually, matter of fact, she's on the inside and now ahead of our pacer and Martin.
Yeah, I think Martin did her job and did it well. Now it's time to maybe move aside and let the real racing begin. And if you're not going to be pacing the race, step off the track. But Brooke Hedger looks good. Seems to be comfortable in the front here.
Pacer starting to fall off of Hedger, and Hedger again looking so relaxed right now here and trying to create some separation from the rest of the field. As I said, was 5th in this race last year, so she's got that on her mind from last year. Also has ran 5:02 for her PR in the full mile, which she did last year on this track, and is at this point well on her way to becoming a sub-5 miler for the first time in her career.
So, Keenan, Isla Raymer did run a national record for 6th graders in 4:55.23. That's called coming on the air with a bang.
2:28 through 880 yards, as now Martin takes a step off, and now the real racing begins. As really, I don't think Hedger felt like there was any presence around her, and she's like, you know what, I'm gonna start to go now and see what happens.
She's got good mechanics, good turnover, arms are high, which is good. Head straight ahead. She doesn't appear to be tying up. She seems to be full of run, good purchase off the track. But when it goes, it can go quickly. So she looks good, great right now, and everybody else is together behind her. Everybody else. Nobody's going after her, so it could be a situation where if nobody breaks away, that Hedger kind of has this thing almost wire to wire, except for the pace setter.
And our defending champion is back in that pack as well. She's currently in 4th right now, just 2 seconds behind, but really that gap has grown within the last couple of meters, and now it might be about a 5-second differential between Hedger and the rest of the field.
And a lot of bumping there in that battle for second. Everybody in that group is just letting Hedger go.
3:44.05.
That was another 75.
75
back-to-back
on that
75s.
last quarter.
Yeah, back-to-back 75, 73, back-to-back 75s. She looks like she has no intention of slowing down whatsoever.
Her arms are starting to go. The legs are starting to turn, although can't count out who's charging up here now. We'll try to see who that is. But again, our defending champion falls back to 3rd. This race isn't over yet, Tom. These are a lot more girls trying to see if they can run down Hedger.
Lindbergh is moving up very quickly, but Lindbergh looks a little exhausted too. She may have made a premature move there, and I think Hedger's going to be fine. That Lindbergh, maybe not.
Hedger now heads to the home straightaway, and she could try to pull away and come away with this victory here in the final stage. Don't look too far behind, though. There's 3 chasing her, including Eggers, who's actually back there in 5th, but Hedger doing just enough now and breaks 5 minutes for the very first time ever. And it looks like maybe about 4 girls under that 5-minute barrier.
Hedger really ran a very, very, very well-paced race. 2 laps in 73, 2 laps in 75. First and fourth laps were fastest, 1:13 per mile. That's how good a race that Raymer race was. But Hedger, really good mechanics, kept her turnover. Look at those arms. She is really driving with those arms. And when your legs are starting to fall apart, if you can drive with your arms, that's a key, and that's exactly what she did.
4:57.16 for Hedger, 73.11 on that last lap. And then Eileen Lindbergh, also under that 5-minute barrier, she runs 4:58.69. And then our defending champion finishes in third in 5 minutes 32 in Malia Eggers. So we've seen, between the 3 races we've seen so far, different types of, styles of racing, different ways how the outcomes, ended up towards the end of those races. And, those were one of those races where, if you let the foot off the gas, it was not going to bode well for you in the last 100 meters.
All right, we're going to interview our winner, Brooke Hedger, and then we're going to do our top 3.
So we'll head down inside to the infield.
Just to make sure we get those results.
Sounds like we're going to have our interview here coming up here pretty shortly. So we'll head down into the infield with Tyler Day and our winner, Brooke Hedger, in the girls' Missouri Mile.
Brooke, congratulations on that fantastic run. You made a 4:57 here in the high school girls Missouri Mile. First off, was it your game plan to always go hard out in the front?
I think I expected people to be there, and then I was like, oh, I need to keep the pace on this, and so I just kept going.
The longer that you're going out and the more laps that were coming down, you might have felt the pressure of your competitors behind you. What was pushing you forward to the finish line?
Well, last year I got passed by 3 people on the home stretch, and I was like, I just have to make it there. It's only 100 more meters.
I'm going to do what it says here.
Yeah, that kind of pushed me to finish.
For sure. And I would say, for the Missouri faithful, how did it feel to be running in front of the home fans for you for the win?
Very good. Very happy.
Everybody, congratulations to our winner, Brooke.
And that's the other thing, is as Tyler pointed out, running in front of the Missouri crowd gives you some sort of different type of energy, and it's also bragging rights too, to be like, all right, I'm the best in Missouri at the HOKA Festival Miles.
Agreed.
Waiting for introductions of our Big River boys Missouri Mile. Introductions here in just a few moments.